We have Whiskey Trail in the studio with us today. Jake and Heidi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we're supposed to speak, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry. You ever seen that movie Moneyball? When I point to you, speak.
All right. I know directions. I don't know the movie, but I'll follow.
You guys are going to be playing our Everybody Wins party.
We are.
That's
We're
right.
so excited.
So I've been doing something to you guys. Every day I say you guys play different music. I don't know if you've been hearing that. Like one day I said Whiskey Trail's going to be there playing polka hits.
Oh my God.
And then the next day I said you guys are going to be doing heavy metal.
Yes.
And so it's hysterical. I'm sure somebody's listening going, really? They quit playing country? Because I heard that and it was pretty good.
Or they're going to be like, they're so talented.
I know.
They're going to see us and be like, gosh, not Whiskey Trail.
Yeah. Set number 1, Quiet Riot, Bon Jovi.
Dear God. Dear God.
If they show up
Great.
for polka hits, they might be disappointed.
Right.
Sorry,
Wait till you
guys.
guys do the rap hits.
Oh, I
I
can
said
rap.
you did rap too. I said you guys would be rapping.
We got
Well.
a couple rap songs.
For a while there, I was saying you guys are, the way that the promo is written, it says food and drinks by Whiskey Trail. Because they didn't put music by.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah,
Or it was like one thing, food, drinks, and music by Whiskey Trail. So I'm thinking, oh, so you guys like, you don't play your tunes, and then okay, we're done. We're gonna get up. Can I get you anything?
No, we're like hibachi, where
Right,
we
right.
sing while we do hibachi. We have the sake.
yeah. Whiskey
All right. So
Trail.
anyway, enough of joking about you guys. I made fun of you enough, and I will continue to do so on the air. But anyway,
Great.
so how long have you guys been Whiskey Trail?
Now for about 8 months.
Yeah, 8 months.
Okay.
8 months.
And you guys just added a member to the group just to like augment the sound.
Yes, we added 2 members. So
Okay.
now we have a drummer and we also have a lead guitarist. He's here
Okay.
to the side. Say hello, Andy. Can you
There.
hear that?
If you heard him, that's the voice of Andy.
He said hello.
The voice of Andy. That should have had an echo. The voice of Andy. And you guys primarily are what would you compare your stuff to?
Well, let's see. We're country, but I would go with.
But I mean, like, if you
Something
could
like-
pick a country artist, who do you sound like?
See, I hate that question because we don't really sound really like anybody,
Mhm.
you know?
Who are your idols then? Let's ask you that.
I really like Little Big Town.
Okay.
We really like their harmonies. Who
Yep,
else?
Lady Antebellum,
Yeah, Lady Antebellum.
see Thompson Square.
Toby Keith.
Okay.
Kenny Chesney. I really do Kenny Chesney well.
She doesn't sound like Toby Keith or Kenny Chesney. I kind of do.
Just
But
kidding.
That sounded bad, and I'll leave it right
Yeah.
there.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're kind of a mix of everything. We like
Okay.
to take our songs and just make them our own. We do covers and we also play some of our originals. But what's different about us is that we just like to change things up to sound like Whiskey Trail and not exactly like the artist.
Okay.
So Jake has a really deep, beautiful country voice, and I have.
well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, babe. I have a country
I know
voice.
he's going to steal my job if I let him talk too much.
Yeah. He won't. He won't. But
You do. You have that low voice. You have a good radio voice. You could
Well,
you
thank
could
you.
be on the guy that does WSM for the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh yeah.
You have a
Yep.
voice very similar to him. You could host Whiskey Trail when you're playing at the Opry.
I like it.
You could be the host. Jay.
There we go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
There we
Host
go.
your own self.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now Whiskey Trail got to run.
With the hibachi.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, and I have more of a, I can sing country, but I have a little bit more of like a R&B type of feel, I think.
Mhm.
You know, so it's a little bit different, but people seem to like it.
Right.
So whatever.
You guys play around in the area, so any plans to make a record, or do you have a record out?
No, we don't have a record yet.
Okay.
We want to have a record,
Right.
but cost-wise, hopefully someday we'll figure that out. So,
Right.
We're working
Right.
towards it.
yeah, we're
Okay.
working towards it. So, but again, we've been doing this for 8 months now, so we're just so thankful that we have even got this far. Like, we're sitting with you right now.
I'm
so.
going to teach you something. Here's what you say. We are working on our catalog.
We're
that
working
still a
on
thing?
our catalog.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
we're working on it. We are working on our catalog.
There you go.
There we go. Got it.
Nice.
Killed it.
Interview 101. So what got you guys started? Who was the person that you idolized? And it can be a family member. It can be an artist. And it doesn't have to be country.
Yeah.
If it's Barry Manilow, that's okay.
It's not Barry. I'm sorry. Sorry, Barry.
Are you gonna go?
No, yeah. For myself, I mean, I just started playing guitar when I was about 10 or 11, and my kind of idol growing up was Blake Shelton
Okay.
for his vocals and just his guitar playing also. So that's kind of where I started off, is just playing his stuff and learning his stuff when I was younger.
Okay.
So,
And I think for myself, it would be Kelly Clarkson.
Okay.
I just remember the first episode of American Idol coming on, and then just watching it throughout the season, and just seeing that she was a normal girl from a small town, and like she was making her dreams come true by going after them. And so that was something that I really looked up to.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's had so many amazing hits and writes a lot of her own music and stuff. So I really looked up to her.
So here's a question for you. I think Kelly Clarkson was pressured to go in the pop side. Because if you notice, a lot of the stuff that she competed with was country.
Mm-hmm.
And country, they weren't sure if that was cool enough to launch her.
Right.
And by the time Carrie Underwood came along, they were like, yep, we're already in the pop market. Now we're going to go in country. But I think Kelly would have gone country
Yeah.
if they had let her pick
Mhm.
whatever music
Yep.
she wanted to.
I
Yeah, and
agree.
a lot of her stuff does sound more country. She
Yeah,
did some stuff
but I
with
mean,
Jason Aldean.
Yeah, because when she was trying out and along the way, she did a lot of country
Mm-hmm.
in order to win her battles and stuff like that. So
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
how do you think, this is way off the beaten track, way off the trail,
Punny.
how do you think she would have done on The Voice?
Okay.
Because it's a whole different competition.
Yeah, and we love The Voice because we love Blake, but I mean, look at all the stars that have come from American Idol. Like, you know people from being from American Idol, and there's not that many that come from The Voice that you're like, oh my God, this person came from The Voice.
But
you know?
that's because American Idol has the machine
Yeah.
and The Voice. You still got to make it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I suppose.
And
And that's good.
The Voice is more real life because you should buy a record based on whether it's good singing, good
Right.
song.
Mhm.
I mean, they strip it down, and then if you're going to buy an album by that person, you're going to look them up, and they need promotion, and
Right.
all that is not part of the show.
Right. Yeah. So,
Whereas American Idol is like, when they get somebody, they launch them, and they'll launch any of them because they all have to sign management contracts. Whereas with The Voice, they don't do that.
well, there
But-
we go.
With The Voice, you get to meet more people in the business.
Right.
So it's your own fault if you don't have a record out.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, if Blake wanted to have us on The Voice and put us on his team,
Right?
we'd go all the way.
Have you guys thought about doing that? Going to The Voice?
We've talked about it.
Uh-huh.
Everybody talks to us about it.
Okay.
But I don't know. We
I don't
haven't
know,
done
it's-
it. We
Okay.
should. We should. But we haven't done it yet. But again, it's because we just started. So maybe next season.
Working on
Try
your
it.
catalog.
Yeah, we're
Working on the catalog.
we're working on the catalog.
Thank you.
So where do you see yourselves in 5 and 10 years?
Well, we don't really have a kind of plateau or a certain goal that we want to meet, like locally, like
Okay.
wherever it takes us. Really, I mean, you know, if the right person hears our stuff and says, "Hey, we want you guys to come down here and work with us," or whatever, you know, if it's an opportunity that we feel is worth doing, we'll jump at it. You know.
Do you want to be big right away or ride it a little bit? In other words, just scrape by for a little bit.
I'd like to not be big right away
Mhm.
myself.
Not have the big hit single, just kind of scrape, and then all of a
Right.
sudden you're like,
Just kind of slowly.
right,
Well,
work
and that's
your
why
way.
he has me. So
Yeah.
I can drag him along
right.
with
Right.
me. So if I'm going up, then he is going too. So
You want the big hit single, and then he's just going to have to be happy with it.
well, he'll be happy.
I'll be happy with it if it
He'll be
happens.
happy. You better be happy.
You'll be happy?
Yep, one of those.
Oh, you'll see a Craigslist ad looking for a new
Looking for a guitar
and-
player that can sing with deep voice that makes Chris Allen sound terrible.
Right.
They're everywhere. No.
No, but we're just so humble. So anything that happens, like, we're so excited for.
Right.
Everything seems
Yep.
big to us because, I mean, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever, we weren't doing this. So we just are so happy that we're getting to play music and do what we love. And I know we feel big in our town, which is crazy. We hear a name on the radio, and I'm like, oh, my God, they
Yeah.
just said Whiskey Trail.
That'll
you
always
know?
happen, though.
Yeah,
Every time you guys hear something like your song or your voice
yeah,
or something about you, you're still going to go, what was that?
yeah.
What did
Oh,
they
yeah.
say?
People stop me in the grocery store and they're like, "Are you that girl from Whiskey Trail?" I'm like,
See, that's good.
Yeah, but I'm like, out of
No,
all the times
that's
that
not
I'm
me.
acting like myself and
Right.
I have no makeup, I'm like, "Hello, yes I am." You know, like I just look so gross. But
That's the fun part about radio. I only get recognized at the drive-thrus.
there you go.
Yeah.
What are you
I can
talking?
be in the grocery store and walk around and, you know.
Jake does that too.
Right.
So
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, you guys are going to be playing at our Everybody Wins party, so everybody will be
Yes, sir.
able to check out your music and everything. So if they want to find out more about you, you guys are on the web right now. So how can they find you?
just check our catalog. Just kidding. It's Facebook. Just go to the Whiskey Trail Band.
Mhm.
Otherwise, just type in Whiskey Trail on your search bar.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we have a website as well, and that's whiskeytrailband.com.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in, you guys.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.